First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello everyone, this is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining us. We're live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, as we do every weekday starting at 1 o'clock. We go throughout the afternoon. We cover a wide range of topics. So whatever platform you're finding us on, thanks for doing so. And well, as I mentioned, I'm here in studio. We do get out of the studio sometimes as well. We took a trip to the Hollywood Theater in the Hollywood District there in Northeast Portland. And not only is the theater itself pretty amazing, they also have an amazing archive of films there that we were able to go down and take a look at their archive with the head of film programming, Dan Halsted, and it was really a pretty neat look at that, and also discussing the fact that they show 70mm films, including the latest in the Kill Bill series that is playing there at the Hollywood right now. So I'll give you more information on that here after this segment, but really excited to go out there and do that, so let's just jump right into it. Dan, I want to talk all about where we're at right now in this unique space, but this is not only a part of the Hollywood, but it's part of you as well. Like this is a big portion of your collection down here. So I wanted to start off, if you could tell us how you got involved with the Hollywood to begin with, and where this film collection really started.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. So I've worked here at the Hollywood Theater now for 22 years. I started as the technical director and head projectionist, which I'd been a projectionist for a long time before I worked here. As a teenager, I started working as a projectionist, and as soon as I found out there's a job where you get to watch movies and handle film, and you don't have to be around people, I thought I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. So anyway, once I started working here, I also started putting on events, and I really wanted to show movies that I love on film, and I quickly found that there weren't 35mm prints of a lot of the movies that I wanted to show. And that led me to the world of film collecting and becoming a film archivist. And I really love classic kung fu films, which that's what this whole wall is over here. These are all 35mm kung fu films. And I've had quite a few adventures tracking down only known prints of those movies.
But so you've picked out a movie, you're like, I want to find this, and then how does one even go about that?
It's been detective work.
Okay.
So I found a huge cache of films quite a few years ago in an abandoned Chinese theater in Vancouver, BC. And I had a theory the films were there, and I got in touch with the owners of the building in Hong Kong, and they had closed down the theater in 1985, and they didn't know if anything was there, but they mailed me a key to the building. And so I drove up with my wife, and we went inside, and there was a stage in front of the screen, and I pulled one of the panels off the stage, and there was over 1,000 reels of film underneath the stage.
That's crazy.
It was amazing. It was 8,000 pounds of film. I had to rent a semi-truck to get it out of there. It was incredible. So that's where a lot of my film collection came from, was from that film score.
From that detective work, finding that, and
Exactly.
getting a key mailed from Hong Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild. Well, I mean, you are here at the Hollywood. I mean, and you've got a lot of these down here.
Yep.
Tell me about this space and what it is, that we're in, and what makes it so special here.
So this space used to be, the Hollywood went through a dark time. And so this used to be filled with garbage and old marquee letters and seats. And we cleared it all out. And as soon as we did that, I realized, oh, this room stays pretty cool all the time. It's basically the same temperature. It's not humid or anything. This is the perfect conditions for storing film. And film takes up a lot of space, so my wife didn't really want it at our house anymore. So this worked out perfect to have it all stored here. And then I have my film collection here, but then the Hollywood Theater also has a film collection as well, and we just have it all stored in the same space, 35mm and 70mm film.
And these are films that people on occasion can see here at the Hollywood.
Absolutely. As far as my Kung Fu films, I do a monthly series called Kung Fu Theater. It's on the second Tuesday of every month, and it's mostly consists of prints from my film collection. And then the Hollywood, we occasionally show films. We have our own 70mm print of 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was a brand new print when we got it. And we just have a deal with the studio that we can show it whenever we want. We show it roughly every 6 months.
And and it's huge too. I mean, we're talking, this is a monstrous set.
10 reels long.
10 reels.
Yeah.
That's all 70mm. Now, for people who are film buffs, obviously, that makes a lot of sense, 35 versus 70. But for the basic terminology here, what is the difference between a 35mm film and a 70mm film? Other than double
the size,
Yeah.
right? The size. Yeah, it's called that because of the width of the frame. But 70 millimeter is just such a higher quality image because of it being a larger frame. When it's shot in that format and then projected, it just looks astonishing. I mean, 35 millimeter looks so great, but 70 just has another layer of depth to it. The colors look amazing. It's the best way to watch a movie. I don't think you can beat. I watch movies with audiences all the time. I've done it my whole life.
Yeah.
And you cannot beat 70 millimeter with an audience, especially on the Hollywood's giant screen. We have a 50-foot screen, and just nothing touches that experience.
Just that depth to it, and there's not a lot of films still being printed in 70 millimeter, right?
It's very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because mostly everything's digital, or?
Yeah, I mean, most movies are released digital now, which we have digital. We show digital all the time. But 70 is rare, although the studios are starting to get more interested in it because of the Christopher Nolan movies and Tarantino movies and Paul Thomas Anderson films that have come out the last few years. And those movies have made so much money in the larger format that now the studios are more interested in releasing other movies, which is great. It's incredible. I'm surprised how much I'm hearing from the studios now that they're striking new 70 millimeter prints of new movies.
I mean, that seems like a really good thing to hear compared to, a few years ago in the middle of COVID and all that, people not going to theaters, everything digital. Now to see that trend back toward that.
It's really great.
Like, why do you think that is? Why is that trend happening?
I think audiences are showing up. I think COVID had a big part of it. Everybody was at home just watching streaming on their TV or their phone for so long. It made theaters even more special. Like now going back to theaters, people really realize what a unique experience it is just to go to a theater, but then also to watch something on film, something that cannot be replicated at home. And I always say this about film. I'm always asked, why is film so important? And I can just speak from my experience that when I watch a movie with an audience, when they're watching something playing on 24 frames a second through a projector, there's something about that that engages the human mind in a way that digital can't replicate. It's like people are in a trance watching the movie. They're more involved with the film. I watch it happen all the time.
Is that something because of the quality of what you're watching on the big screen, or that interaction of being in a room with other people experiencing it?
I think it's part of that, but I think it's also something about the actual 24 frames per second. Something about the shutter showing you, it's because it's an illusion. Movies are an illusion. When you're watching film and it's just a series of frames, you're not actually seeing movement, but it's magic that you think you are. And there's something about that the way the mind's being tricked, that it engages people.
Amazing. Well, I know that Kill Bill, this special release, can you tell us about that? And I do want to hear Tarantino actually said something about you, I believe.
Yeah. We're opening it in 70 millimeter. It's Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. So it's the original Volume 1 and Volume 2 edited together, but also with extra footage, and it's unedited this time with all the violence that was originally cut out of the American release. But we'll be showing that in 70. There's only 8 70 millimeter prints. They'll be playing across the country. And Quentin Tarantino specifically requested what the studio told me is he went into a meeting and he said, make sure Dan opens the movie in 70 millimeter. And he left the room and they all looked at each other and they said, who's Dan? And they had to figure that out. He didn't even say Hollywood in Portland, but he loves this theater. He's been here a couple times. So he really wanted to make sure that we're showing it.
That's great. So he's been here, he's experienced it. I mean, and so many people too, celebrities, lots of people come through here.
Yeah, we've had a lot of special guests.
One thing I did want to ask about is all this equipment that we're looking at too.
Sure.
And just to walk us through, like, what is this that we're looking at?
This is a moviola. So this is what editors used to use to cut together a movie. So this is a 35 millimeter moviola. So they could watch the film on here while they're, they cut it together and then they're watching it play through here, but this gives you the opportunity to stop it, rewind it, things that you can't do on a projector. And then they would make notes, what frames they want to cut out, whatever they want to change, and then they would have to then put it on a flatbed editor to do their edits and then bring it back to the moviola to see if they like what they're doing. So the sound plays on that side and the picture plays on this side.
It's a little bit more complex than I feel like than what you can do.
Very much.
All right, one more question here for you. You mentioned that experience. I want to go back into that, of talking about that experience people have. So, for you being in this, your whole career here, really.
Yeah.
Like this is one of your loves.
Sure.
Do you still get that same feeling when you sit down and you watch a film for the first time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. Yeah, even though I've watched so many movies, but the Hollywood, I mean, of course I'm going to say this because I work here, but I think it's the perfect place to watch a movie. It's comfortable, that huge screen, the projection and sound are so good, and just that large room, it's like a church for movies. I just think it's the perfect way to watch a film.
All right, so there we go. Just again, a look there at some of those different things there behind the scenes that we got to see. Thanks to Dan, thanks to the Hollywood Theater for having us out as well. Really appreciate that. And so Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, is running there at the Hollywood in that 70mm format. And I think he said it was 6 or 8 different locations across the country that have that. And so this is pretty unique opportunity. And hey, Quentin Tarantino said specifically that Dan should have this. So that's a pretty good endorsement right there, but that's going to be running there at the Hollywood, and you can check out their website to find out more information and pick yourself up some tickets for that or whatever else they have playing there. It really is just a historical venue, and their 100th anniversary is coming up next year, and I know we'll have lots more coverage on that and taking a look back at that 100 years and just thinking about all the different things that have changed during that time, but still that theater going there. So nice piece of history for the city of Portland and the Northwest. And thanks everybody again for joining us. This is Fox 12 Now. We're live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. We've got more coming up in about 15 minutes or so. If you are watching live, I'll be joined by the new president and CEO of the Oregon Symphony, another institution here. And we'll find out about his new role, how he feels about that, and what to expect coming forward for that organization also. So thanks for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see this end. And feel free to check out everything else that we've got on there, but also downloading the Fox 12 Oregon app, great way to follow along with all of our live streams and watch afterward. And if you are watching on those, thanks. We'll continue on. You'll see a break here for just a few minutes while we regroup, and then we'll come back. If there's breaking news between now and 4 p.m., I'll have that for you as well. But for now, I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.